If you're looking to save money, the best cheap phones we've tested will have you wondering why people spend $900 or more on a new flagship. Based on our analysis, you can get a very good phone for under $500 with all the features most buyers need, whether you're an iPhone fanatic or a fan of Android. To know what to buy in 2023, we've got a list of the 10 best cheap cell phones. But first, please like and subscribe to this channel, and then sit back and relax. 1. Google Pixel 6a. The Google Pixel 6a is powered by the same Tensor processor that powers the Pixel 6. That means the same AI-powered features of that higher-end phone are available in this sub-$500 model. And Google even ups the ante by introducing new capabilities to its neat Magic Erase photo editing feature. When it comes to photos, the Pixel 6a follows the tradition of Google's budget phones of offering a top-notch photography experience. The Pixel 6a's camera hardware doesn't necessarily impress, but Google's knack for computational photography means that the photos you take with this phone will far outperform those taken by similarly priced camera phones. You might even get photos that rival what a higher-end phone can produce. We'd like the Pixel 6a's battery life to be better. However, sometimes you need to make trade-offs in exchange for a lower price. The nice thing about the Pixel 6e is that those sacrifices are very few. 2. Samsung Galaxy A53 5G. Samsung continues to show that it's serious about mid-range phones with the Galaxy A53. By going with this model, you can get a device whose screen refreshes at 120 Hz and offers reasonable performance for less than what Samsung charges for any of its flagships. Certainly, the Galaxy A53's $449 price tag does come with some compromises, such as a less powerful Exynos 1280 chipset instead of the higher-end Snapdragon chip found in the Galaxy S22 series. We also wish Samsung didn't include a superfluous macro camera with the A53's lens array, but that low price, equal to the cost of the Pixel 5a, is very hard to beat, especially on a phone that comes with a solid design and a generous number of software updates. If you're a bargain-hunting Samsung fan, the Galaxy A53 is the phone to get. 3. iPhone SE 2022. The iPhone SE 2022 raises the bar for cheap phone performance by including Apple's powerful A15 Bionic chip. This is the same processor found in the iPhone 13, and it leaves all Android phones behind, whether you're gaming or editing video on the go. This chip also gives the new iPhone SE 2022 a series of photographic features that the previous model lacked, such as Smart HDR4 and Magic Fusion to improve detail and photo styles. In fact, in some scenarios, the iPhone SE takes better photos than the Google Pixel 5a. Unfortunately, Apple did not include night mode for low-light situations. The new iPhone SE features the same design as before, which means a small 4.7-inch screen and large bezels, but some may prefer the old-school Touch ID button for quick unlocking of the device. Despite some downsides, the iPhone SE 2022 is one of the best cheap phones out there for people who like small phones. 4. Xiaomi Poco F3. The Xiaomi Poco F3 is a considerable step up from the Poco X3 NFC in almost every aspect, including price. But it's still a bit of a bargain considering what you get. With a lightning-fast Snapdragon 870 chipset and a flawless 120 Hz AMOLED display, this device is more flagship-like than the vast majority of phones under €400 or $500. Gamers and media lovers in particular will want to put the Poco F3 at the top of their favorites list. There's simply no more capable phone for the price, not with such a smooth display and such a high level of performance. Battery life is solid too, with the Poco F3 being able to handle a day of heavy use. Likewise, the inclusion of a 33-watt fast charger is more generous than any current offering from Apple or Samsung. Compromises have been made to get to that lower mid-range price level, of course. You'll have to make do with a plastic frame rather than a metal one. There's no wireless charging, and you'll have to make do without an IP rating. 5. Xiaomi Poco X3 Pro. The amazing Poco X3 NFC from 2020 is largely updated in the Xiaomi Poco X3 Pro. In truth, it virtually identically matches the previous model's phone, but slightly rebalances its specifications to include a more potent processor and a few other improvements while making a small compromise with the camera. The X3 Pro was announced alongside its chipset, which first debuted on this device, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 860. This is a boosted version of the Snapdragon 855, which is the chipset that powered most of 2019's top flagship phones. Poco combines the Snapdragon 860 with a choice between 6 GB or 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB or 256 GB of storage, though there's also a microSD slot to expand that. This is a phone focused on pure power, offering the best performance you can ask for the price, even though its rivals tend to be thinner, lighter, and take better photos. 6. OnePlus Nord in 25G. If you don't have a lot of money, be sure to take a look at the OnePlus Nord in 20, especially now that this phone isn't limited to T-Mobile in the US anymore. This is a sub-$300 phone that could cost much more. It has a beautiful AMOLED display, although it's locked to 60 Hz. There's also an in-display fingerprint sensor, something you don't often see on a phone this cheap. Sure, the cameras are pretty disappointing, but for $282, you can't expect too much. You do get 33-watt fast charging though, which beats even some of the best flagships like the Galaxy S22 Ultra and iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is already saying a lot. There are better phones under $500, but if $300 is your limit, then the Nord 20 should be your main consideration. 7. Moto G Power. Truly durable phones last more than 11 hours in battery tests, but the new Moto G Power leaves them behind with a duration of 14 hours and 4 minutes. That's some of the best battery life we've seen in a phone, which is truly remarkable when you consider that the Moto G Power costs less than $250, and there's a $199 version if you can live with less RAM and storage. But that's not the only reason why this Android phone has made our list of the best cheap phones. The Moto G Power also features a large 6.6-inch display with full HD resolution and quite capable triple lens cameras, including a 48-megapixel main camera, a 2-megapixel macro lens, and a 2-megapixel depth sensor. The Moto G Power's powerful 5,000 mAh battery, which weighs 7.3 ounces, certainly contributes to its weight and a brighter screen. But overall, the Moto G Power is easily one of the best cheap phones around. 8. Samsung Galaxy A32 5G. We're starting to see more and more affordable 5G phones popping up, and one of the best on the market is the Samsung Galaxy A32 5G at $280. It's one of the best deals on this list if you're willing to settle for a mediocre screen. However, if you're strapped for money and want a phone with decent cameras, the Galaxy A32 5G is an option you should consider. With its massive 6.5-inch screen, the A32 is no small phone, but it has a 5,000 mAh battery that lasts a long time, almost 12 hours in our tests with the adaptive refresh rate activated. You can also expect the Galaxy A32 to last longer than many other budget options, as Samsung promises 3 years of Android updates and 4 years of security patches. All in all, the Galaxy A32 5G is good enough in most things and performs well. That's all you can ask for sometimes. 9. OnePlus Nord in 200 5G. The OnePlus Nord in 200 replaces the affordable Nord in 100 from 2020, but adds 5G. It packs a ton of great features for its price, giving you a 90 Hz screen, 5G, and a great battery for just $240. However, you will have to make some compromises. In particular, the Nord 200's camera performance is rather lacking, and while the Snapdragon 485G processor handles basic tasks, anything intensive like gaming brings it to its knees. That said, if budget is your main concern and you want 5G, this is the phone to get. For $240, this phone exceeded many of our expectations. It's pretty well built and has a good screen, And as if that were not enough, it has 5G sub-6 GHz. 10. Xiaomi Redmi Note 11 Pro. With this budget phone from Redmi, you won't find yourself lacking much. The Redmi Note 11 Pro uses a large AMOLED screen with a 120 Hz refresh rate, just like phones 4 times more expensive. It even beats some of those pricier phones in charging speed with an included 67-watt charger. The cons you'll have to accept if you get this phone are its underpowered chipset and outdated software. The first means that you won't get much out of high-performance apps and games, and the other means that you're always going to lag behind competing phones when it comes to default Android features. If none of these factors bother you, then you can save a ton of money by going for the Note 11 Pro over a similarly sized flagship. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, the subscription button, and the notification bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded from this channel. Please share your thoughts about the 10 best cheap cell phones of 2023 in the comment section below. Thank you.